Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and check out the public account now at $77,000, up $27,000 or around 60% in just the past 12 months. And if we go to year to date, we still are up 17, almost $18,000 since January 1st. So yes, today is September 9th, meaning that Apple had its big event of the year, releasing all the new info for the new Apple Watch, the new AirPods, and most importantly, the new iPhone. We saw Apple end pretty flat on the day, only up 0.08%. Okay, now it was down around 1.5% closer to when the event was launching, and it's down 3.5% in the week. So in this video, yes, we're going to be talking about Apple stock, we're going to be talking about swing trades, and we're going to try to talk about as many different stocks as possible. So strap in, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, like this video, share with a friend if they are stock market investors as well, and let's jump right into it. So first up, Apple at $221 per share. Now obviously under $200 per share or closer to $210 is going to be the best place to buy Apple for long-term and swing trade, in my personal opinion, because if I buy under $200 per share, I think there's a high probability that we could sell it at new all-time highs, $230 per share, $240 per share, and get that 15 to 20% gain that we are looking for on Apple. And it's fairly low risk because the chance of Apple even going back to $165 per share or $150 per share, I think is very minimal and pretty low. And I would be setting my stop losses on that trade, by the way, to around $175 per share. But even then, in my opinion, it might be a good idea not to have any stop losses. And if it does get to 175, instead of selling out of that trade, just doubling down and averaging down a little bit harder and buying your second phase of shares at 175 per share or under for this trade. So now that it's all wrapped up, here's actually what was announced: the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max, Apple Watch Series 10, Apple Watch Ultra 2, AirPod 4 and AirPod Max. And then as far as the first Apple Intelligence feature on an iPhone 16 will also be launching as well. Pre-orders begin Friday, and the launch will start, you could pick it up in store, September 20th. So from this Forbes article, we can see that the stock slumps during long-awaited event. Apple's annual product launch today, Monday, failed to immediately capture the hearts of investors as shares of the world's biggest companies slumped during the event, largely focusing on previous rolled out artificial intelligence features coming to iPhone. And remember, we already knew that this artificial intelligence features were coming to the iPhones, so it wasn't a big shock for the market to raise the price. But in all honesty, the price lowering or falling is the best thing to happen for Apple investors, because then we could pick up some more shares at a discounted price. And when people realize how good these events are, or these features are, and the products as well, how many people are going to be upgrading to the iPhone 16, then the lift in the stock price could come. The event, dubbed Glow Time by Apple, marked the official debut of the company's iPhone 16 line, designed to support the integration of generative AI directly into smartphones operating system. And Apple CEO Tim Cook kicked off the pre-recorded video by declaring the company is thrilled to introduce the first iPhones designed from the ground up for AI. Among the new non-AI iPhone 16 features include a new customizable camera control tool. The company emphasized privacy in its Apple Intelligence initiative, a major talking point ahead of the generative AI push. Apple Intelligence features will hit the US in October as part of the free software update, but won't be ready for Chinese and Spanish languages until next year, and perhaps unwelcome updates for those looking for a global rush for new iPhones beginning in 2024. Shares of Apple fell around 1% to 1.5% as the event turned its attention to the iPhone 16 about an hour after its 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start time, building on a slight dip in earlier trading and moving against a more than 1% gain for the tech-heavy NASDAQ. Apple also rolled out its Apple Watch Series 10, which starts at $399 and has the thinnest ever interface from the smartwatch lineup and a sleep apnea detector, and new AirPods models equipped with USB charging cables and designed to integrate with Apple's AI. Again, they keep harping on this AI, so that's why a lot of people were let down when it's something we already knew was coming. So, a surprising fact, Apple stock historically underperforms the broader market on the day of the annual September iPhone launches. The stock underperformed the S&P 500 by an average of around 0.5% on the 2013 to 2023 launches, about 1 decade. That's recorded, according to Morgan Stanley analyst Eric, and the stock has fallen on 12 of the 17 iPhone launches. A critical quote, we can see that the iPhone 16 marks the beginning of a new era where these iPhones are built from the ground up. What did Wall Street expect from the event? AI was expected to play a star role Monday, predicted the Morgan Stanley Group, identifying 3 potential tailwinds from the event for Apple stock: pricing for the Apple iPhone 16, better batteries for the devices, and more AI. What about a big number? So we see 14%. That's how much Apple stock is up since the company's June Worldwide Developers Conference, where the S&P 500 is only up around 2% in the same period. And that's thanks in large part to investors' optimism for the major iPhone upgrade cycle tied to the AI features. So that 14% gain is really what we wanted to see today, but we already saw that big jump from the June Worldwide Developer Conference. So that could be why there's not so much hype around Apple today on Monday. Key background: Apple is by far the largest company in the world by market cap, worth around $3.3 trillion on Monday. Significant expectations are riding on the iPhone 16 as the company is fresh off its weakest quarterly revenue for iPhone sales since 2021. More than half of Apple's revenue comes from iPhones. Among the feature of AI, or Apple Intelligence, update are generative writing prompts, customized emoji icons, and enhanced Siri voice assistant. Prior to Monday's event, Bloomberg reported Apple intended to announce higher-end iPhone 16s, including silicon chip design to support AI and a new camera button, a new series of Apple Watches equipped with sleep apnea detection feature, and 2 new lines of AirPod headphones. However, we did talk about Apple a lot in this video, and in the beginning part, we even went over price target for long-term and swing trade as well. So if you want to rewind the video and go over those price targets once again, feel free to. But we're going to be moving on to Nvidia stock. Nvidia is down 10% at $106 per share, and this could be a little bit of a buying opportunity here. They're flat in the last month. They're down still 11% in the last 3 months. They're a pretty volatile stock right now where if I buy closer to $100 per share, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to sell above 125 or even closer to 130 plus, which would be around a 20 to 30% gain on a swing trade. Long-term investing is a great thing about Nvidia as well. Over the next 12 months, in the last video we went over, analysts are bullish on Nvidia with a price prediction of around $150 per share in the next 12 months. So if I'm able to get under $100 per share, and even at $106 per share, the current price, I'm dollar cost averaging in. I think it's very appropriate to dollar cost average in, especially for long-term investors looking to hold for 12 to 24 months. So yes, Nvidia could be one of the best swing trades in the market, especially as it approaches $100 per share and goes lower and lower. But what about Tesla? They're pretty flat on the week, but they're up 11.4% in the past 1 month, with a high of around 230 in the last 30 days. They're cooled off a little bit, going as low as $191 per share earlier in August. I was buying shares in my close friends list at that price. However, I think that Tesla is a little bit more of a risky swing trade or a risky hold, even for medium to long term. If you have a 6 to 12 month mindset, might be a little bit risky, but if you have a long-term mindset, like 24 months to even 5 years in the future, then in my personal opinion, I think you can't go wrong dollar cost averaging into Tesla every single week consistently for long term. However, in that, let's go back to that short to medium term. I want to buy under $200 per share, and then I want to buy the heaviest under $150 per share. Remember, Tesla is very unpredictable and volatile, so there is a chance that we could see it under 175 per share again, and then there's a high chance we could see it under $200 per share. However, Tesla is a bullish stock in the stock market overall. Over the last 5 years, it's been consistently bullish. However, if you bought, any time in late 2021 to early 2022, you're down around 20 to 30% even today. So, in my personal opinion, I think that Tesla will go back to $300 per share, $400 per share, and even $500 per share, but that could take a little bit more time. So, in my personal opinion, if you are a Tesla investor, the best thing to be doing is holding for long term. And if you're a swing trade or shorter term investor, or someone that just wants to hold for 6 months, 12 months, then something like Apple or Nvidia could be a little bit better for you. Apple, out of all of the stocks that we talked about today, is probably the lowest risk, but also has the lowest upside compared to a stock like Nvidia or Tesla over the next 12 to 24 months. So I hope you did really appreciate that video, and if you did, just slap a thumbs up on this video. It's easy as that to show your appreciation. Share this video with a friend, and subscribe on YouTube for all the full-length videos. If you're wondering why my close friends list, my story on Instagram is green, that's because I do have a close friends list. If you want to see some recent success stories, message me on Instagram. I'll shoot you over the most recent ones. There's success stories happening every single day. Some of the best success stories I put on the highlight section. So if you want to click on Success 2024 and read through some of these positive testimonials, that is something I highly encourage because I really want you to be the next success story. We've had thousands of success stories at this point, so I truly believe that you could be the next success story. Just message me on Instagram, The Daily Stock Market. It's as easy as that to join. Beginners are welcome. Even if you have zero experience, I have developed courses for absolute beginners, more advanced people, so just let me know what kind of trader you are. We'll go over that together. Just shoot me a DM, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks so much for making it to the very end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.